Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to D&D. Do you guys remember what happened last time?
I almost have a boyfriend.
I'm not sure if that's how it went.
I think it went really smooth.
So the first thing we did that was of mega consequence was I went and spoke with Eliza and essentially like turned in the quest. Yeah, that was the first important thing that happened.
There was also a deal made.
Yes, I made a deal with the Elfrin. In order to get the boy back to his mother, I made a blood oath with the Elfrin. Might have not been a very good idea.
Okay, so you have had the ceremony of being fully knighted. You are a fully invested knight. Now, you are still very junior, but you are still accorded many options, and now you essentially have like free reign of your free time. Previously, your free time was heavily invested in the day-to-day kind of hard work of just having to do all of the shit that they demanded of you at Cabascadonia. Now, however, variously, you've gone drinking and you wake up with your hangover finally dealt with. The morning arrives and you're given freedom for what feels like the first time in a long time. How do you spend this newfound freedom? You've got like a couple weeks of what is probably going to be like much lower pressure tasks happening. You know, the kind of stuff where you're sent around to go on patrols from time to time, but not sent on like big stonking away missions. What are you doing with this time?
I have 4 hours of free time that I have booked. So
Right.
I've got 2 hours and 50 gold to copy Tensor's floating disk into my spellbook, and then 2 hours and 50 gold to copy Arcane Lock.
Excellent. So you are able to achieve that as level 2 spells. You would have access to them via your company or via the connections, which means you don't have to pay for spell access.
Sick.
I want to be clear, spell access is different to the cost of writing it down.
Right.
You still have to pay the cost of writing it down,
Right.
but you don't have to pay someone to borrow the spellbook for it.
Yeah, it's not like I have to pay entry to the library or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. For high-level spells, it can get kind of expensive and complex, because obviously wizards tend to guard their secrets jealously. They're kind of assholes.
I'm gonna be a communist wizard. Just you wait.
Are they more assholes than elves are? Or are they on the same level?
It's a multiplicative.
Yeah, it's a multiplier. Elf wizards, oh my god, the
Oh
worst.
god, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Like the overlords.
Everyone has like a standard ratio of like a little bit of asshole in them, right? But elf adds a multiplier to that. Add the wizard and then additional multipliers. And then maybe they're just kind of a bad person and it's just huge multipliers, just mega assholes just going around the place, shitting everything up for everyone.
So those are like tyrants, cult leaders.
Exactly. Elven wizard cult leader, the worst, most asshole person. Like, that's the kind of person that will steal candy from a child, not because they want the candy, but just because they want to make the child cry.
Yeah, okay, that checks out. Okay, I'll keep my eyes out for them.
I guess a human cleric means that I'm not an asshole then.
Oh, you can still be an asshole, but there's like a negative multiplier.
Yeah, I see it that I'm not an asshole.
It's not the human part, by the way, that applies to negative multiplier.
Yeah, no, they're definitely. So, what is other people doing? What are the important things they're pursuing?
Well, I imagine I'll be nursing Ash's first hangover.
That's true, Ash.
Exactly, that's the first thing I want to say. I'm never going to drink again.
Yes.
I don't know why
Understandable.
people do it. I do not understand. This was a horrible choice.
Everybody
Absolutely.
says that every single time.
It's never going to happen again, okay? This was a one-time thing. I'm already
Okay.
embarrassed myself enough.
Yes, absolutely. Never again. I'll be here next time.
Somebody's talking from experience.
There is probably a quiet over the junior halls of the Cabascadonia where a great number of newly knighted individuals are distinctly avoiding loud noises and bright light and waking up around 2 p.m. Sarian, are you pursuing anything?
Today,
Yeah, initially, like what's your first objective?
have breakfast.
I meant more in like the broader scope of the objectives of your day.
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Well, I suppose once we've nursed the hangover a little bit, we could all go to Lady Duska.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think we should try to go and talk with Lady Something Wolf.
Okay, so you head out to, like, it's probably like 3 p.m. before everyone's dealt with their various hangovers to a point where they're functional sentient beings.
I was not
So-
hungover.
Oh, obviously, Eli, right? Like,
Old man, high con.
he's got the experience. He knows that if you're drinking, you switch out every couple of glasses of water, you know, you manage yourself, you don't mix
He knows his exact limit. Like, he can ride
Yeah.
the lightning.
Everyone else, they're relatively new drinkers. Some of them very new drinkers, and they don't handle it so well.
Okay, so
Okay.
before we go there, I need to go and find some fancy clothes.
Some fancy clothes? Okay, how fancy?
Noble fancy.
Okay, so if you want to get fancy clothes, generally you're speaking about custom tailoring, unless you want to buy like something off the rack. But buying off the rack is going to kind of cost more money, and it might not fit as well.
It's fine if it's a little, not tailored to me. It just needs to be good for today, basically.
Don't we have some sort of indicator of like our official association with the company?
Yeah, you got the ring with your name emblazoned on it, which is
So,
your
I mean,
identifier.
I think as long as you like wear the colors, it'll buy you a lot more respect than you were getting when you were dressed up like.
He was covered in
A
mud
pauper.
at that time.
So
Okay, but
you might not need to. You might be overcorrecting with the noble clothes. If you show up as a professional with a stable income, they might be
Okay.
really interested in working with you.
Let's go with that. But he didn't see me. I'm pretty sure he didn't see me. I just wanted to be safe.
I mean, while they didn't get a good look at you, I'm certain that they could still ascertain. You literally rolled in mud before arriving. Like,
Okay, yeah.
if you could detect that with a perception check of 2, right? Like, that's.
Let's get something that represents my knightly order, I guess.
So, are you buying new clothes to fit out for that, or are you just cleaning up what you've got?
No, I would like new clothes.
Some standard issue clothes of decent make is probably going to be 1 gold for a nice outfit. It would be the equivalent of like a shirt, like a decent shirt and slacks.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're buying at the shop to do about
Yeah, I
a
want
day's
to-
wages.
Yeah, I want to look decent. Okay, with that, I'm ready.
You head over to the Direwolf training facility. As per usual, the door is shut and barred because you do not want direwolves escaping into the middle of a city. Admittedly, it's on the edge of the city, but it's still in a city.
Okay then, I suppose we ought to knock on this door. You two have been here before, Syrian and Ash. What was she like?
Well, we haven't met Lady Dusk herself.
Oh.
We just had the pleasure of talking to somebody. Can't tell you who it was, but this time it's going to be different. Sure.
Right. So,
We're just going to knock on the door and meet some, somebody that might remember us or might not, because we have offered him a very unusual dog for this wolf trainer. If he mentioned that this dog is not a wolf, he would probably remember.
right. Okay. So, let's knock on the door and see what's happening.
Okay, so who's doing the knocking? Like, who's up front?
I'm the one who knocks.
Okay.
I do it behind.
Right.
So you knock, you hear the noises of things moving on the other side, and then a wooden shunk as the hatch is opened. The person that you remember from before will peer through the little hatch and then go, "Ugh, it's you lot again. What do you want?"
I know we had a bad start last time, but let me reintroduce ourselves. We are members of the Free Knightly Order here, and I propose to you again the same deal with maybe a more lucrative price this time. We have this goblin-raised dog that we want to be taken care of for personal reasons. You don't need to bother yourself with that.
How much?
Let's say I'll offer you 50 gold right now, and we discuss how much it will cost to train this dog later.
He'll look you up and down and then go, "Show me the money."
Okay, I'll show him gold pieces in a nice little bag.
He'll nod, and then you hear the slam of the hatch closing, and then you hear the movement of wood and metal and shackles on the other side of the door of this inner city palisade. It takes a moment. This is clearly a highly secured door, but eventually this creaking wooden door just opens with this, and it is opened just enough to allow you entry into the facility.
I like this place, personally.
Finally.
I presume you enter in before the door is shut and barred behind you.
Yes, please, let's enter. Quickly.
The gentleman that you spoke to behind the door, now revealed, is potentially shorter than you expected. Stumpy but powerful kind of build, what springs to mind. The kind of person that would wrestle like a bear.
Ah, dwarf.
You don't think they're a dwarf, but you wouldn't be surprised if they had dwarven lineage.
All right.
Or they're quite a tall dwarf, maybe. Like it's not 100%.
Just like I imagined them to be.
This gentleman will hold out his hand, say, "Some money."
All right. I give him the money, and I'll say I apologize again for our last meeting. We were being rude.
He will glance at you as he bites one of the coins to test it, puts it back in the thing, counts out each individual gold piece, and then he will stow the money about his person. He will then proceed to take you through the facility. And you notice in this facility that there are a number of huge cages here, like absolutely massive cages. If you've ever been to a zoo where they have dangerous animals in them and they have like these huge cages which are like caged top, bottom, and sides. And as you go through here, you see these huge wolves, absolutely massive, like genuinely terrifying in size. You think that these dire wolves, you presume them to be, could easily just tear a person in two. In the middle of this area, there is a circular ring, and there is a woman wielding a whip who is being punishingly vicious to this completely unrestrained wolf. Every time she gives a command, if it doesn't follow it, crack goes the whip, letting out a vicious noise and cowing this wolf into obedience.
I think this is the right place. This might seem
I'm
a
not
little
so
harsh.
sure.
You don't think so? I don't think we will get him to behave with love and affection in a reasonable amount of time.
I suppose I can't really say I've ever fully tamed a goblin-trained dog before. And she is dealing with a wolf there.
Yeah, she might not need to be this harsh to a goblin dog thing.
Yeah.
The gentleman that brought you here waits on the outside of this circle. You see he flinches slightly at every time the whip cracks, but nonetheless simply stands and waits. You presume he doesn't want to distract Lady Dusker from her task, as it would be unfortunate were she not to pay full attention. After a few minutes pass, she instructs the wolf back to a cage, using the whip to encourage it the moment it displays any hesitation at following the order, eventually sending it running, whimpering back into the cage before she shuts the door behind it, and then walks up to the group and says, "And so what have you brought me here today?" The gentleman from before says, "These guys went to train some dog. They're giving me 50 gold for it to introduce you." He shrugs his shoulders, and she will look at the group here and say, "Well then."
Can I roll some sort of perception to analyze how long the wolf has been trained?
I think that animal handling would be a more appropriate role for that.
Okay, animal handling. Yeah, I would like to do that.
Wait, what's your score in animal handling?
I mean, you can roll it as well if you want to. You can just...
All right.
So, Svetlana, you would make a guess of a month or two, because very clearly this large creature has at the very least trained to understand that Lady Dusker could fuck that thing up. Or at least it believes that she could fuck that thing up. But it isn't, completely obedient, and as such, there's still clearly training to be done.
Right.
So, based on your kind of understanding of how long it would take it to train a wolf to be compliant, even though they're never truly compliant.
Yeah, but a wolf is very different from a dog in that regard.
It is true. They do tend to be quite different.
So I will say to her, I believe that your handling of this animal is done very well. Wolves, from my understanding, are extremely difficult, which is why we've come to you. We have a goblin-trained dog, and we've taken a shine to her. But our skills at training are very improficient.
And what's wrong with the dog to make you think that I need to train her?
It's what's wrong with us, rather. We were the ones that require help. The dog is vicious. Quite frankly, it needs a lot of training.
She'll look at you and contemplate for a moment, and then glance around the facility in a way to, draw your own eyes to look at the facility itself, and then say, "Do you really think this would be the best place for such an animal? My training methods are very harsh and expensive."
How about 120 gold?
She's going to stroke her chin, and she's very much considering this. Because that's a big offer of money.
It's almost all my money.
It's true. "I cannot promise that your dog will be trained to your satisfaction. I can, however, give it a training regime that will make it obedient."
Your help is all that we ask for, and we would be very grateful.
"Very well. Pay the man, bring me your dog by this evening, and I shall see what I can do."
Thank you for your graciousness. All right, I'm just going to throw my gold at the bloke.
He takes it, counts it, tests it, and immediately squirrels it away amongst his person.
All right, let's get the dog.
I'm going to throw a thank you, Lady Dusker. I'm sure we'll meet again in there.
Okay, so presumably you bring the dog by. Do all of you come back with a dog, or just one of you?
Just me?
No, it's up to you.
Everyone agree?
Yeah.
Yep, that's fair. I'm going to take care of other things.
Okay, so you bring the dog by, Sarian, and as you bring it by in the evening, you are let into the place. The guy recognizes you, brings you in, and you bring the dog in its cage, I presume?
I did things right, okay? This time at
Okay.
least.
You bring the cage. As you take the animal here, she will ask you, please, let it out of its cage into the center. Do you comply?
It's fine, like I'm going to release the doggy. Do I need to do something else?
No, you release the dog. I was just seeing if you would.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do it. He's the expert.
So as you let the dog out, it's going to see this area and just immediately start growling. And like almost reflexively, there is a whip crack right in front of it as Lady Dusker just instantly puts the absolute fear of Lady Dusker into this creature. She is very aggressive to the point where it actually backs into the cage in fear. After doing so, though, she'll cross her arms and then say, okay, leave it with me. This is going to take some time. As she locks up the cage and then says, come back in a week or two, and I'll let you know if there's been any progress.
Are you sure she is going to be alright? Like, I mean, you know, she's not a wolf. I am worried because I love her. I trust you, but I love her, you know.
She's going to look at you a moment and then kind of consider before saying, I think the answer to your question is that if you leave a dog as aggressive as this untrained, she will get herself killed. And if you love this dog and don't want it to die by the hands of some guardsman who's decided that it's too aggressive, or some huntsman with an axe, then it needs training. And training is not fun.
Okay, is there a chance that I can come here and just, you know, visit? And you can tell me some progress, or if there is something I can do?
I think at this moment in time, your love of this dog will, quite frankly, be an issue. I think that you won't enjoy seeing what we're going to do, and you might try to stop it. And quite frankly, I don't want that distraction around my professional work environment. So as I said, come back in a week or two, and we'll give you a progress report then.
Okay, but if you need me, my name is Satan, okay? So probably people know me because, you know, and I don't think there is...
Yes, the Very Free Company. I'm aware.
Okay. Just, you know, just... I hope everything goes well.
I've been paid a lot of gold to make sure things go smoothly. Don't worry.
Thank you for your help.
She will nod, and she will have her assistant start helping her move the cage and make arrangements. And I was going to say, leave you to see yourself out, but no, she actually has to take a moment and instruct her assistant to go help you get out because the door is so heavily barred. But okay, you managed to finally release yourself from the locale. You are bereft, set adrift without your cute dog, knowing that it's going to go through scary and terrifying training. But hopefully it's a good results.
Feel good about this.
I'm very scared.
Understandable. It's understandable.
Well, Sarian, do you want to come with me? I have an errand. Now that I've done copying my spells, I have weeks ahead of me. I have another errand. You want to come with me?
Okay.
So, I've got this magic crystal that we can use to detect magic. Is there someone that I would know, either through the Free Company or through my guild contacts, that's like an artificer type person?
So, is your objective to modify it and improve it, or is it to sell it?
I would like to modify and improve it.
You've got a couple options. Your general knowledge of Kabaska means that you know that there is in the market area, there are at least a few people who trade in or deal with magic proximate goods. Not necessarily magic objects themselves, but the kind of people who buy stuff which they might use for resourcing, that kind of thing. Generally, they're very high-end in terms of general merchandising, but they might have connections that you're looking for. They might also have themselves some skills in this arena. The other option is you could trying to modify it yourself, which would probably require significant amounts of research, which would be very time investing.
I don't really want to do that. I don't think this is really my strength here.
That's completely fine and reasonable. So if you're just looking to find someone, pay out for it, your first port of call is probably going to be the merchants, where you're hopefully going to find somebody else who is going to be wanting to buy this kind of thing, because then you can ask them to be like, I've got it, can you modify it? Can you
Yeah.
refine it?
Or at least figure out what the deal is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to bring Sarian with me. I need a big scary muscle lady, and she needs to do something constructive.
Okay, so you go down to the market area in
I
Kabaska.
have an
There-
idea. You can use the crystal to do a necklace.
Yeah. I would be cool with I'm cool with putting it into anything as long as it does what I need it to do.
No, you just need
Right now it just kind of glows when there's magic around, which is a little too like we cast a lot of magic. We are magical.
Yeah, it has some utility, but it's
so it's just kind of always glowing. So hanging it on a necklace, if we could get it to do something with intent, would be.
I think Sarian just wanted some nice jewelry, honestly.
I get it.
What's the color of the crystal?
I think it was pink.
Yeah, it's a reddish pink.
That's very cute. Just wear it as a necklace.
Well, here, you can hold it. Just don't lose it, okay? This is really important, and you can hold it until we give it to someone.
Okay.
Welcome.
Oh my god. Sarian using such a small voice is so adorable. Okay, so you will traverse down to the market area. There's a main kind of major market street. It's just off of the corn market, the major high streets, as it were. Many people selling their wares on stalls, where there is a system in place of whose stall can be put where and so on. And behind that, there is a layer of generally more valuable shops. There is a blacksmith, there is purveyors of various more luxury goods. There's even a chocolatier, which is, very expensive.
I'm too poor even for this magic item I'm trying to get done, so...
Yeah, it's true. But as you're going down here, you've got kind of idea of where to go. And you know that there is one shop here that primarily deals in a lot of material components for spellcasters. Lots of the weird esoteric stuff. The kind of place that has 1 billion drawers of tiny small amounts of just completely arbitrary stuff.
Like Spencer's. That's a very American joke, I think.
Yes.
But yeah.
And you know that this is probably going to be your most likely place to find someone who has a connection. And you go into this shop, and behind the counter is a gnomish woman, gnomes being fairly rare entities.
Okay.
This is the only one you know of off the top of your head in the city.
Okay. Yeah, I was I don't remember reading a lot about gnomes when I read lore here.
Yeah, they're not common. So as you go in here, this gnomish woman will say here, afternoon. What are you in here for?
Good afternoon. I'm curious. Do you sell anything that helps detect magic?
She'll think a moment and then say, well, if you're looking to cast detect magic, then we can get some supplies. Do you need... She'll look you up and down and then say, I don't imagine you're looking to cast the spell. You look like you're skilled enough to... And she'll look kind of confused.
It's not for me.
Oh, are you training your friend here?
It's for a mutual friend of ours.
Okay, well, I've got a few beginner's books here, if that's what you're interested in.
Well, I was really more... I don't think this person has the talent, nor are they ever going to put in the effort. So I was more curious if there was any sort of item you had that allowed someone to cast the spell through the item.
You can see them kind of thinking through some stuff, and then they'll say, well, I am aware of some methods that it might be possible, but the catalysts involved are quite rare.
Okay.
She'll put a finger on her mouth and then decide that she could probably talk bluntly to you and then say, I don't think that you could bluntly afford such a catalyst. You look like a newly minted knight.
Sarian, can you show her what we found?
Yes. I've been holding the crystal all the time, so I just get closer and solve the...
So do you know someone who could build one of these devices if I had the material?
She will take out a jeweler's loop, and she will, using her small hand, guide Sarian's hand towards her. She doesn't want to take it out of your hand, that might be rude. This is clearly potentially a valuable object. And she uses the examination glass to examine it. It's like, oh, this is quite an interesting structure. I assume that you believe this has some detective capacities.
It appears to, it at least reacts to magic.
If you would demonstrate, presumably asking you to cast some amount of magic.
I can cast Mage Hand. That's what I've got.
Yeah.
Sort of just a whatever spell.
She would respond by going, oh, Certainly, this would fulfill the requirements of a catalyst. Could I perhaps inquire as to where you acquired it?
I will vaguely describe where we were.
Okay,
like
so
I know the name
you're
of
like-
the town, right?
A village towards the east.
Yeah. But this was all I could manage to recover.
Understandable. These kind of things have a tendency to be difficult to harvest. This does seem well harvested, though.
I'm lucky to have gotten that much out of it, which is why I wanted to take it to an expert for the rest of the work. Curious if you know someone?
I think I know someone that could work with this. I could make the arrangements for you. I imagine it would cost no more than perhaps 100 gold.
Oh? I'm gonna look at Sarian.
Why you look at me?
Because I don't know, should I trust, this is a lot of money. Should I do it? Is she
I thought
hoodwinking
you
me?
were-
What do you think?
I thought you were looking at me like, pay. Mom, pay.
No, I have the money.
You know when you look at your mom like...
It's that unspoken, is this a good idea to your friend? Like, are we doing this right now?
She will follow with, I will say, though, I cannot make a guarantee of the outcome. I'm sure you understand, as with all things like this, construction of magical items is very rarely complete with intentionality. I'm certain you've read about it, but I want to make sure that your friend here doesn't become upset should it not come out the way that they intend.
Do I think that she's like is she laying the groundwork for some bullshit, or is this just the natural sort of anxiety of like, we might mess up?
You could roll me Arcana to be like aware of how much information that is potentially factually true, or you could roll me Insight to ascertain their personal.
Yeah, I was originally thinking Insight, but I will always take the Arcana roll.
Can I do it too?
Yeah, you roll Insight and I'll roll Arcana. That's probably the best.
Okay.
Okay, so Insight suggests that she's a little bit like, she was kind of initially wrapped up and interested in the gemstone, but she's a little bit kind of doing the processing and a little bit concerned about the 6.5 foot tall giant muscle woman that you brought with you, clearly as an enforcer.
I also brought her for this purpose. I assume she's wiser than me. I class profiled her. It's classist of me to assume that she's
Very
wise,
classist.
but
Especially
I did
since
it.
paladins use charisma, not
Fuck
wisdom.
Still in dump wisdom.
Yeah. But with your arcane knowledge, you know that she is telling the truth, right? Like, this is a risk. Making or constructing magical items is very rarely a straightforward process. It is not a unified process. You don't go out here and go, I want to make a +1 sword and I get a sword that's slightly better at stabbing and whatnot. It is very much a process of, I've got some materials, I'm gonna try and make a better sword. I might get a flaming sword that's always on fire, or I might get a pile of burning scrap that will always burn forever. Like, those are two potential outcomes, because the nature of magic is a very untamed entity. Spells are relatively reliable because they are the more constructed elements of magic, but the moment you go off of these extremely well-researched and well-repeated tasks, you definitely run into a very high risk of things not working out, or potentially just not resulting in what you intended.
I would like to offer her 75 gold now for the time, for the labor, 50 gold upon delivery. We're like, yeah, this is not scrap metal.
She's going to think about it and consider it. Would you like to roll me a persuasion check?
Sure.
I think that'll be appropriate in this situation.
Both of us or just...
No, just Elijah, who has succeeded. She will agree to it.
Damn.
Okay.
She would just she's just like, that seems reasonable.
It's
Damn.
reasonable. She's getting 25 more gold than originally out of this deal. It's just that I take 25 back essentially if they fuck up.
Yeah.
They get 25% more if it's good. They get 25% less if it's bad. So there's some incentive here to just do it good.
Yeah, it's absolutely not a bad deal. She will also very, very quickly draw up a contract for you. It's a simple contract. She will look briefly between you as if she was about to ask, can you read? And then is like, oh, you're a wizard, of course. Like, you know that mental checklist, right?
Yes, I can read. More languages than you.
You can tell her she was about to ask it, and then she's like, no, it's a wizard, not a sorcerer, so we don't have to worry about that.
Sorcerers can't read, it's true.
Look,
Warlocks can't read either. They just cast tongues.
But yeah, she gives up the contract. The contract is available for you to sign. There's some legal wording there, but you're smart enough to understand, and it really just codifies exactly what you've just said.
Cool. We agree, and we leave. And thanks, Syrian. Thanks for coming with me. You know, it's embarrassing. I'm terrible at divination magic. That lady was like, why don't you just learn divination magic? And it's like, well, I would if I could. So mean.
So mean.
Oh my god. Sarian, you're so fucking precious. You're so absolutely precious. I can't help it.
This is very ableist of her to suggest that I just learn how to detect magic.
I'm not precious, I'm sad. I am worried about the doggy.
That makes sense. I would be worried too, but it'll be okay. It'll be exciting to come back from our next mission and go see Lanix.
I don't know, I don't want the doggy to get hurt, and it's my fault because the dog is going to get hurt.
Look, you decided to adopt the dog, and that's okay. But that means that this is something we're gonna have to do. It's unfortunate that the goblins were so mean to the dog that this is how things have to be. The dog will be the dog will be better at the end, safer at the end of it.
I hope so.
We'll be able to take him with us on long journeys, and he can like carry like our food or whatever. Maybe not our food. He carry our extra equipment and be like a watchdog. It'll be nice. But next little bit's gonna suck until then.
I just want to give a lot of pat pats to the doggy. That is all I want. I want the doggy to trust me. But I know she have to learn to fight because it's going to be a very hard situation if she comes with us. And I don't want her to get hurt, but I'm also worried.
She's gonna get hurt, unfortunately, because that lady seems kind of crazy. But she won't be that hurt. It'll be okay.
You know what? That made me feel better because you are the smart one of the group.
Sometimes.
And if you say that, it's because that is going to be okay.
If Svetlana and Ash and you all agreed to it, then it's a good idea.
Yes.
That's what friends are for. You make a good team. And I kind of like clap her on the back, like, you know, so get us like moving again in the right direction.
I never thought that a human would protect me.
We work together. Doesn't really matter. Human, orc, elf, whatever.
Thank you, Ellie.
Anyway, I'm still better than all of you because I'm a wizard. So I am smarter than you. But other than that, I appreciate, in all honesty though, Sarian, I appreciate you saying I'm the smart one of the group. It made me feel good. You're the strong one of the group. I don't know if you knew that.
Thank you. I try my best at the gym.
Let's go.
So yeah, I presume you guys wind onwards. Okay, so does anyone else have anything they're doing in their like downtime?
Yes, me.
What's up, Ash? What are you doing?
I'm going to learn to craft gems, to refine them, to make them my own, to make them shiny, all of that nonsense. And I'm going to make the moonstone that I gathered, that I definitely didn't steal and try to hide from everybody else, my first project.
Okay, so how are you planning to learn? Like, are you trying to find someone to teach you?
Yes,
or
please.
Okay.
I would like to find somebody, if possible, in the ranks of the knightly order. If not, they might have some clue to somebody that is offering that service in the city.
It's very unlikely that you're going to find someone in the knightly order.
All right, can I aid him?
You
through
could
my
also
guild contacts.
I'm just saying, there's if I'm not mistaken, there's someone else who has some connections.
Connections? There's connections here.
Sarian, that's you.
What?
You've got connections.
I have connections with what? What us want? I'm so sorry.
I'm looking for somebody to teach me jewel crafting.
You were crafting.
Uh-huh.
Are you
Finding
going
gems.
to make me a necklace?
Yeah, maybe. If you have a gem, I can make you any kind of
I am the
jewelry
gem.
after that, hopefully.
I am the gem.
I mean,
the gem.
I feel like we completely missed what was. What's the connection here?
I am a gem. I'm wonderful.
no, I
assassin.
I was trying to suggest that, you know, it's fine. If you don't remember your background or you don't think it ties in, that's absolutely fine.
I'm sorry, okay? I got distracted.
Hey Nix, what's your background for your character? Stream Papa will help you.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? That's okay.
Okay. Click on your character sheet and then click on features.
I feel so bad right now.
It's okay. You know, it's up to you if it's connected. That's the key thing.
Okay, but I thought this had nothing to do with other activities because I am a guild. I'm part of a guild, but
So you
I
are
thought
part of a guild, but the guilds are we've kind of established that the guilds are an interconnected facility. So
okay.
you may be part of one guild of mercantile connections, but they are going to have connections to other guilds.
Wait, is she a chef?
Wait, you are part of a guild?
What's her guild?
Yeah, I'm a
She's a
chef.
professional
That's
chef.
amazing. Okay,
Yes.
all
I
right.
say it sometimes, but no one
Well,
really
I
cares
remember
about
that.
my
Well,
hobbies.
I didn't realize that literally you were a guild artisan who is a chef.
Yeah,
I get it
that
now.
is-
I knew you were a chef.
That's why
I'm
I want
just
to
saying.
try different type of meats to cook.
Okay.
It all makes sense
So
now.
now that we finally got there, the implication was that as a connection to a luxury guild, right? Because cooking is a luxury
Yeah.
in this kind of time period. They probably have connection to other luxury artisans,
Like jewelers. Wow.
like jewelers. Whereas, Eli's connections are more about like construction and so on, which is a very valid thing, but that's not necessarily like a luxury thing. So now that we finally got there, it depends if Sarian wants to like or would help you out with that, or if you want to
Sir,
pursue
please.
or whatever.
Please.
This seems to be a public conversation, so I would offer to help, and then maybe Sarian
Yeah.
would think, wait.
We're definitely meeting up every day at some hideout. This is definitely happening every day.
Right, every day.
We are
Every
seeing
day.
we like each other so much.
Well, I mean, you are all housed in the same like junior night block of the Cabascadonia, so it makes sense.
So that's what's happening here. Hey, Saren, hook me up, please. I'm desperate. Starving for gems.
I would like to help, but what should I do? Because that's the problem.
So, what is your kind of objective? Do you want to go to your guild and be like, hey, I'm looking for some jewelers. Could you put me into connection with these jewelers? Or are you looking for... And that's kind of the question.
Yeah, I like the option of going to my guild and ask.
Okay, so you are going to go to your guild hall, which is probably a combined facility of like, there's going to be high-end cooking, there's going to be a lot of service staff and butlers and servants and so on. Basically the kind of professionals arrangements of like how to do things properly, and also to arrange, if a noble needs something, they just go to the guild and be like, hey, I need to hire catering for an event, or I need to hire staff for this, or so on and so forth. So you go there and you go like, hey, I'm looking for a jeweler that can train somebody. I'm hoping that you guys have some connections. Roll me an investigation roll, but with advantage because you're pulling your own contacts on this.
Okay, investigation.
Okay, so you got 10, which is average. They're able to put you into contact with two jewelers who are potentially looking to take on apprentices. This does mean that they would hand out lots of drudge work, but that could be a decent way to break into training the skill.
I'm not afraid of manual labor.
So you
Okay,
get some
so-
information.
Just
Okay,
get me
so
to the
we
better
found
looking one.
Okay, so we found two people that is willing to train someone. That is
Yeah,
very good
exactly.
information.
Yeah, just get me to the better looking one.
It's a better looking one.
Yeah, simple, right? Yeah. I think this ties together,
we
right?
we are going to talk with the dwarf.
Perfect. Love it.
So you head off to the dwarf. The dwarven jeweler is accepting apprentices, but they're very clear that it will be absolute, like, initially it's going to be a lot of polishing.
Love polishing.
That's their primary goal. They will train you, like, with some things, but primarily you're going to be spending 4 hours a day polishing gemstones for them.
I'm up for it. Just give me anything. I'll just place it right under my hands. I'm going to polish you anything.
Police the dwarf.
They are more than happy to support you in this endeavor. They write you up a schedule. Understand that you probably have to take some time off your patrols and whatnot. They write up a schedule to the best of their abilities and basically set out and say, hey, here's the arrangements. It's going to take you a while before you're allowed to start practicing on gems. So you're probably not going to make much progress yet, but you'll learn.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're now in the process of learning jewelcraft.
I would also like to tell the dwarf that I want the specific moonstone to be my first finished project. That's my goal, my first goal for this whole endeavor. So he knows what I'm aiming for.
You'll get casual acceptance. You get the feeling that they mostly just want you for the free labor right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
For now. Okay, so Svetlana, you had some stuff to do, right?
Yes, I was going to offer the free company free medical aid, essentially make myself useful inside everywhere, get to know everybody, make myself useful, and also somewhere I can keep an eye on what Jason's doing.
Okay, so you're
hopefully.
basically making connections
Yeah.
and spying.
Yeah, but through the guise of wanting to look like a happy healer.
You're spying using the gaze. Understood.
Yes. Wait. Yes.
So, in that case, roll me an investigation check and a medicine check.
Investigation, medicine.
So, your skill at medicine is appreciated over the few weeks. You basically end up a near fixture of the infirmary. This is going to be a fantastically useful thing for you because it now means that the people here in the infirmary are fairly on board with the idea of, make sure you get the priority treatment if you need it, kind of thing.
Yay.
You feel that, if you came back in injured or with some disease, you might not have to pay for some of the major healing spells you might need.
Ooh, useful.
With regards to your investigation check, a 14, keeping an eye on Instructor Jason as much as you can, you find that Instructor Jason spends a lot of his time not being around. In that he'll be around handling some stuff, instructing some people, and then he'll just disappear for a day or 3. And people will be like, oh yeah, he's just doing something. And then when you go over there, they'll be like, oh yeah, no, he's just doing something somewhere else. And you'll just end up with multiple groups of people apparently covering for him and not really knowing where he is.
That does seem odd. I wondered if those people would know that they're covering for him, or are just generally answering as they sort of suspect that he'll be around.
Roll me an insight roll.
Can I roll with inspiration?
You may expend that inspiration on it, absolutely. That is your choice to do.
Insight, I'll roll with advantage then.
That is
Just a
disgusting.
normal
You rolled
roll.
2 20s. Sorry, you rolled 2 20s on that roll. That's
What? Wait, what?
That's double crits. So 1 in 400 chance. Okay, so your insight suggests that this is probably, based on the way that they discuss it, it's probably a well-constructed ruse. Because if someone was trying to track him down, they'd have to struggle because they'd go to one place and then they'd send them on to the next one and they'd send them on to the next one. And that would mean that someone trying to track down where he is at any given time during those times would have to go through a lot of effort to chase him down. It seems like it's a carefully constructed lie, probably from Jason himself. These people probably don't know. They've probably just been told by Jason where he's off to. But a carefully constructed lie by Jason himself or the people he works with to deliberately obfuscate his location at any given point in time to make him hard to track, even by people trying to investigate him.
This makes me even more suspicious of him. But I think I can't really follow him on my own, and I don't know where he is to follow him. So I'm just gonna make myself useful here. Continue making myself useful in the base.
Time winds on and you all spend various time and effort working on your various tasks. And a few weeks go by, working on your goals and objectives until you are summoned to the courtyard to speak with Commander Bjornik. I assume you all attend in good order?
I attend and I want to check the phase of the moon for today.
Well, it's been a few weeks, so while the phase isn't a full moon yet, maybe another week or so, maybe a little less than a week.
Right.
So you will travel to the courtyard and I assume attend on Kabaska Donya. Commander Bjornik will fairly comfortably just walk up to you and be like, good evening, everyone. It seems we've got orders for you, and we'll hand you a letter.
Hand it over to Eli. He can read.
Eli takes the letter because he can read.
Yeah, I'll read it.
As you pop the letter open and take a glance through it, the instructions are simple. To the north, there is a small village. From that village, there is a lake called Lake Novi. By this lake, there has been a report of a missing family that has not been in attendance of the market for some time. Upon brief investigation of the locals, it was made out that potentially they had gone completely missing. There was no trace of them. You are being sent out to go and investigate and find out what happened.
Okay.
Commander Bjornik will say, I believe this will be your first completely solo mission. How are you guys feeling about that?
I believe that we can get it done.
I was getting nervous because I didn't get to shoot anything in a while.
It does seem fairly simple. I imagine that it is probably just banditry or similar. But nonetheless, we get sent out to investigate these things, and I expect you to do a thorough job, and if you can recover the family, that would be wonderful. Otherwise, if you could confirm their demise and potentially deal with the perpetrators, I think that would be suitably acceptable.
Contact in the nearby village.
There's no need to contact. You just have to satisfy yourselves and write a good report. He'll shake his head slightly and say, this is just peacekeeping orders. No need to recall in for a specific mayor or anything.
Right.
Okay.
Well enough. No further questions from me.
Remember to see the treasurer to get your bursaries. He will nod, expecting a salute.
I salute.
Oh yes, I
Oh,
salute.
salute.
He will salute back to wave you off and then depart. But yeah, so going to the treasury is just a case of you making sure you get all the funds for hotel rooms and food and whatnot for the journey, so you don't have to track that.
Ooh, nice.
That's part of the services that they provide.
Gotcha. Convenient.
Very
Yeah.
convenient.
Yeah, this is why you're part of an organization.
So, cool. We're hiking.
So yes, it would be expected that you would walk on foot. The actual instructions, you kind of know that this place is maybe a little bit less than a week out in terms of on-foot travel. It's a bit further than Levis.
That's a bit further, okay. Well, do we have any other options to travel there then?
You could try and manage to get a cart, but carts don't travel particularly fast. It would just be easier on your feet.
Then I'm not against the idea to just travel by foot.
Yeah.
I'm young and fit, and the old man can hold his own for sure.
Yeah. We'll be alright.
No, it.
He's apparently not that old.
Apparently not. He says so, but he acts very old, so.
I mean, he seems very old to me.
I can hear you.
I wasn't whispering.
What?
But you start heading out on your journey. I presume you try and gather some information about the locale. Or not. I mean, you could just head out there regardless.
I'm really curious more in like governmental hierarchy. Who's actually in charge there?
To get the most up-to-date information, asking various merchants in the area is probably get the information you want. So if you
Damn,
want
that's my idea.
that's if you want up-to-date information. You could find like whatever you have in the records and hope that that's up to date. But
I guess there's always a good chance that I know a guy in any given place. It's kind of part of the point.
you probably wouldn't have like a specific content needs. Actually, no, you're a guild artisan. You know what? No, you would
Yeah,
know.
that's
a
what
guy.
I mean. Like there might
Yeah,
be
yeah,
a
no,
guy
absolutely.
who like builds houses or whatever that I used to work with a long time ago who is in town.
You would probably know of a guy who does some traveling. You'd ask them about the town of Bazir. That's where you're heading, by the way. It's a small township of Bazir. The information you get is the fact that technically they have a mayor, but the real person in charge is the tavern keeper, going by the name of Radko, the tavern keeper. So it does technically have a legally distinct mayor, but the one who actually manages everything that goes on is the tavern keeper, Radko.
Got it. Thank you.
This contact will actually also tell you that to be mindful on the road, since there's some rumors of upset from the Principality of Lutramir. Now, while they're decidedly from across the Morky bit, they still, when they're upset, things have a knock-on effect, right?
Sure.
But Lady Vasilia and Lord Ignacio seem to be having a bit of a spat at the moment between their territories. And, as with all wars and skirmishes, they sometimes run into issues like that. But okay, assuming nobody wants to buy any stuff before they head out, you guys can head out onwards and upwards to Bazir.
Fantastic. And we actually have contact now.
Yeah, I'll just pray for our journey.
All right.
And be scouting with the bird around us, given that warning. I guess I would be pretty specifically trying to keep a lookout for groups of armed men, specifically, as opposed to like trying to watch for like wildlife or goblins.
Right. So as you traverse to Bazir, you don't come across anyone of particularly hostile intent, as far as you can tell. You do nonetheless come across a number of people traveling in a more distressed manner. You can kind of tell the difference between people who are traveling without stress and just completely comfortable, and the kind of gaunt look of potentially some people fleeing from, if not violence, then potential violence.
Wait,
What's up?
we didn't say goodbye to Jason.
I mean, Jason has been avoiding you, so...
Tracks.
Jason has said his goodbyes to us forever.
Yeah, Jason is actively avoiding you guys.
It's a sad state of affair.
But you find yourself arriving to the village of Bazir. Bazir seems to feature wattle and daub construction rather than the wood construction of Levitz. Presumably they have better mud here. You can only imagine so that they have better or easy access to waterways here due to Lake Novi nearby. As to the reason for Bazir being placed here specifically, it does seem that it is on a major waterway from many of the watery areas traveling out eventually towards the Morky Bit. But you do nonetheless arrive in town safely. What's your first objective?
I would suggest to go to the tavern keeper and talk to him.
Okay, so you go up to the tavern, and inside, this seems like actually a little busier than Levitz. You know, your kind of metric here. It seems like a busier locale. There seems to be just more excitable, more stuff happening. It seems like Bazir here is a bit of a throughway on towards other areas around the Morky Bit, like a major traversal point eventually out of the Kingdom Morievo. But yes, you
Morievo.
enter the tavern, and it is a comfortable atmosphere, or comfortable enough. However, you can tell that this is a place where they're used to having strangers come on by, because you don't merit a second glance through here.
Do it again, Nix. Arr.
Marie. I don't know how you do that. Mariero.
I don't know how she does either, and she tortures me with it constantly. She is a cruel
Wonderful.
and craven mistress.
Mariero. Riero. That's so cool.
But yes, who approaches first?
I want to look around for any suspicious elves, or anything suspicious, really.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
Easy.
With a 22, you feel very confident that apart from you think somebody cheating at the dice game, that this is decidedly an unthreatening location. Bazir seems simply full of people, merchants, and people trying to do tavern deals with said merchants.
Okay, guys, we are safe. You can approach the barkeep.
Before we approach the barkeep, Miriam, could you possibly buy me a barley ale? I am very poor.
Wait, what do you want? A what?
A barley ale.
What's that?
It's an ale made of barley.
I buy you anything.
Thank you.
How much is it?
It's not much.
Eli sidles up to the bar. Oh, thanks, Sarian. That's so nice. And he also
Yes.
looks smartly.
I gesture towards the barkeep, and I say this 4 on her.
The barkeep will say, "Yes, indeed. One moment," and pour you out 4 beers in rapid, practiced pace, handling all glasses in one hand, placing them down. There. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, you don't happen to have known anybody gone missing lately?
Oh, are you here to investigate the Novikov family?
Yes.
Yes, they went missing some time ago. It's been a while, but we've avoided going up there. It's just, as you can imagine, when someone goes missing like that, you don't hang around to find out what made them go missing.
It's understandable, but has anybody seen them? Like, who would be the last person to have spoken to them, or whereabouts was it that they went missing generally?
Well, they live by the lake. That's where their family name comes from. They own all the land circling the lake because they got quite lucky, though they aren't landed because politics, you know.
Ah, yes. Kind of gesture to Eli as though I have no clue, but pretend that I know. Yes, understandable.
But they would come into town, especially the boy. The boy would come into town often. Not very sharp, that one.
Oh, how old was he? Young? Old?
Oh, I believe he was, perhaps of 25 years. He looked much older, though. I could only presume it was a hard life.
Ah.
I know he loved fishing, but...
Who did he interact with when he came into town?
Oh, he would purchase from the merchants and trade. He'd sometimes come in with his father. Always referred to him as the boy.
Huh.
Seemed nice enough, though.
No friends or anything? I mean...
Oh, I'm certain he had
We're just trying
some.
to find someone we might talk to.
I mean, there was Anna. There's the girl in the market that he was quite sweet on. Although, between you and me, he had no future with her.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Seen that.
But he was nice nonetheless to her.
Thanks. You got any questions? And I'll look at Ash.
I have no questions, but I will slowly push my ale towards you.
Yeah, I'll take your beer, and I will drink both beers.
Let's go.
And I will just seem mortified by the fact that I didn't steal the beer first.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that.
I don't want mine, so you can drink it if you want.
Oh, thank you, Syrian. You're absolutely wonderful and adorable and lovely and beautiful and all of that jazz.
Oh no, Svetlana's
Yeah.
drunk.
I'm mostly big.
And you're very tall.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm gonna leave. I don't know. I'm gonna kind of. I'll look at everyone else. I'm gonna put a gold down on the table, like when I leave, like when we get up to leave, and I'm gonna look at everyone else, and be like, "Better leave a piece of gold." Give him that look, that dad look.
I'm gonna leave a piece of gold there.
I am not going to leave any gold. I'm going to look as if I accept the dad look and then walk away without paying.
I'm gonna put down 4 coins. 'Cause I have deadbeat children.
Yo, I put a gold coin down. Okay.
How much is it?
Never mind. I'll only put down the 3 then. Ash is my favorite right now. For the next 5 minutes, Ash is my favorite.
So you just to
Jesus,
be
you
clear,
sound like my dad.
just
We're
to be
tipping
clear,
him 4 gold, which isn't a lot, but I mean,
Yeah.
on like whatever beer we just drank is a lot.
yeah. I mean, also you're not paying. You guys aren't paying for the beer. That's like the company is.
Right.
Tips are what you pay. But on seeing this gold, the bucket was like, "Oh, thank you. That's very generous. I'll make sure that you're well taken care of should you come by here again."
Thanks. Glad to hear it.
Oh.
Give them a nice, genuine smile for walking out.
As you casually tip like half a grand for 4 beers.
Pretty much.
But okay, you know that there's the girl in the market,
What was her name again? Anna?
Anna.
Yes.
That's a remarkable normal name.
The fuck do you expect?
Anushka?
No, like, Anna is like actually, as far as I understand, a very, very Slavic origin name anyway.
It is.
We've just gotten used to it
Might be. Yeah.
because it's
Just
from
all
like
around me.
Anastasia or Anastasia.
Anastasia.
Banana is obviously what you go with.
Yeah, exactly.
Anesthesia is in Spanish what they put to you when you need a surgery. Good.
I thought that was anesthesia.
Yes, but look, it's like summer. So as foreigners, they can't speak English proper, right?
Oh,
That's the issue.
speaks better English than I do.
Yeah, no time to you to learn Spanish.
I will.
That'll solve the problem. We'll just start D&D in Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nick's just like, yeah, I'm on board. Let's do it.
me
Let's do it.
parece bien. Venga, vamos.
No, I can't.
Gracias.
I can't. So you head off and go to the market, where you quickly find this girl. She is young, but like not weirdly young, just like young compared to Eli.
She's their age. We get it.
Yeah.
All right. So she's 36.
Thanks. And
Alright.
as you come up to her, she is selling herbs and will inquire. So, what are you looking for? We've got. My brain just. I had herbs in my brain and just they've gone.
Rosemary, thyme.
We've got rosemary and thyme for sale today. It's the rosemary's very fresh.
Ah, you have some lovely basil here. Would you be Anna, by any chance?
Yes. To whom do I owe the pleasure?
We are from the Free Company of Valette. We actually are looking for the Novikov family. We were told that their boy might have been friends with you, or at least he might have been buying for your attention.
You see, she has like a very brief, slight eye roll before going. Yes, he did come by frequently to exclusively purchase my herbs, but
Oh, the annoying sort.
she'll make that kind of shrug of like, you know this. He was far more interested in her than she was in him.
Yeah,
Nice enough, but not someone I saw a future with.
understandable.
I don't understand. What is this eye rolling meaning?
It means that she was happy to accept his gold, but not his company.
Is that a thing?
She'll
Yeah.
like as you say that, she'll quickly be like, I never overcharged him or anything. I just saw to him as I would anyone else.
You seriously didn't overcharge him for pestering you? You are a very gracious woman.
He wasn't cruel or anything.
He wasn't cruel, but a little
Just a little
stupid. What was his name again? With
Mikhail.
Mikhail. So, he lived by the river, right? You never went to his house, though, did you?
Goodness, no. I've seen his father. Such a stern man, his father. They'd come in occasionally and they'd try to purchase herbs and whatnot. And his father was so stern.
They were lorded, right? But not landed?
Oh, it's complex. Technically, they have the full rights of the land, but it isn't their land. It's the Lord's land, but they have a indefinite right to work upon it or some such.
Ah.
She'll shrug and say, it was inheritable nonetheless. It's been in the family for generations.
But not exactly worth a lot to you, then, I suppose.
Well, it's not like they could sell it.
Ah, that makes sense. Have they mentioned anything about having any particular problems with anybody?
They making problems for anybody.
Ah.
She'll think for a moment and then say, well, Ivan, the father, he was quite stern, but not someone who makes enemies. He always paid his debts. Not that he would ever take them out in the first place. He's, not exactly the kind of man to take risks.
Ah.
There was, he did once talk of trading with a monastery?
A monastery?
Yes, it's quite odd. I don't think we've heard it. I mean, she'll shrug her shoulders and say, obviously there's the temples in the village, but I haven't heard of a monastery around here.
Ah. It does seem a little odd to have a monastery near a temple.
Are monasteries here religious specifically, or are they like more arcane?
I didn't even think of that.
So your understanding of a monastery would be where a temple or a church is a location for people who are non-clergy members to interact with their spiritualism. A monastery is socially any building that purely exists for that religious group, be it a sect, order, or an organizational building, or anywhere there and beyond. It basically means a building that is for clergy members, not for the general public to interact with.
Something that did you know about this place, maybe?
Shall I roll religion?
Religion or history?
Yo, I'll roll history, I think.
I'll roll religion. Ooh.
Oh no.
Why are all my religion checks?
That's
No. I remember session 1. That's 25% of the sessions.
A 3, you can't really glean any memories. A 17, however, you don't have specifics, but you do remember there being... In fact, you specifically remember it being, like, directly related to the lake somehow. You don't know specifics, right? You just got memories of this area now that's been brought up. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I think I remember something about like a lake monastery or near the lake or something like that. But not specifics. Like, this is very vague information.
Yeah, so place that exists, it's on the lake. Someone must be on the far side of the lake. I'll ask if that rings a bell to the girl.
She'll gently shake her head and say, I'm not aware of anything, but perhaps you could find something if you asked around.
Yeah, no. That's fine. Can you point us towards like a dock? A harbor?
So the lake is a fair ways from here. Like, it's distinctly separate from the village itself. Like, the village is not on the edge of the lake. It's a notable journey from here to the lake area.
Then we'll just I'll look for like someone selling fish.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good idea.
As you kind of go head onwards, she'll nod and call out herbs for sale, as you wander off to find someone selling fish. There are multiple salted fish sellers. As you kind of look up and down, you kind of realize that these guys definitely aren't like selling local. Like, they're either selling river caught fish or they're selling big industrial, like, sea caught fish, large netting operations.
Okay, no worries then. Well, that's the other thing. I can ask the bird. I'll literally just ask the bird to, like, fly over the lake. I can even look, I can check in.
Okay, so you can send the bird out. Once the bird gets up there, you realize it's probably going to be, like, a couple hours flight as the crow flies, as it were. So it'll be a case of, going out there, looking, and then coming back.
That's fine.
Okay, so they'll
We're
probably
gonna spend time no matter what.
Yeah, they're gonna probably come back around evening time, assuming that's your kind of.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay.
Yeah, should we ask around where the Novikov family actually resides? If
Did we
it's
get I feel like the tavern keeper pointed us to the house
Yeah, I thought it was at
when
the
we
lake.
first met him, right?
Okay, it was at the lake. Okay, I wasn't sure anymore.
Like, you know where the house is. You can get to the house if you need to.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, no, then...
They're all dead, right?
Yeah.
Well,
They're
lost,
missing,
right?
right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go to the house. All
Yeah, I
the
think
birds
that's-
Okay.
scouting the rest
the
of
next
the lake.
step.
Let's go to the house.
So the house is like it's a good journey away. It's at least 6 hours on foot. So if you start heading out there, you'll get out there when it starts to get dark. Or not necessarily starts to get dark, but it will definitely be dark by the time you start heading back if you wanted to head back after that.
You know, I'm okay camping.
Yeah. If there's nobody in there, then we can literally just stay in the house.
I mean, yeah, that is definitely an option.
I want to check the face of the moon again.
It's getting close. It's
It's
not
not
quite a
today.
full moon.
Okay,
It's not today,
good.
but it's uncomfortably close.
It is not big moon.
It's
It
not
is
big
not big
moon.
moon.
Well, that's a big moon. It's just
a
not
large
biggest moon.
Yeah, it's a large
Yeah.
moon, but not like big moon.
Okay.
It's getting bigger.
It's getting bigger moon. Okay.
Yes, it is getting bigger.
Okay, one more thing I would like to do in town. Maybe Anna has got what I'm looking for. I want to look for some plants used for tea brewing.
Yeah, she could sell you some tea brewing plants. They would be a herbal tea, tisane, rather than a tea plant tea. But nonetheless, they could find some.
Yeah, I would like to purchase some. Something that has a strong flavor, specifically.
Okay, so if you're buying something for specifically a very strong flavor, you're looking at like a more fermented herb situation, which is going to be a touch expensive. Like you could buy like a pound of it for, say, 5 silver, and that would be enough for weeks of tea.
But I would like to buy that and pay her double the price.
Okay. You hand her 1 gold piece, massively overpaying for this. Typical fucking adventurers, right? Destabilizing the local economy.
Yep. Linging money left and right. Love it. Okay, I'm happy.
So you start making your journey out towards the house on the lake. Before we get there, I think this is a good time to take a break. How are you
Yeah.
guys feeling about
Yeah.
that?
I
Yay!
want the same thing.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a break. Please enjoy some trivia while we're away, or don't. It's up to you. We'll see.
Enjoy it.
But back in a few minutes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are now back. When we last left off, the party was heading over to the Lake Novi house. And in fact, that's where we're going to go now. So you find yourself in the center of this disquietingly uncomfortable location. Could you roll me perception checks?
Oh yeah, that's a start.
To the northeast, you see a small forge-like area. To the south, you see a fairly nice wooden house with flower boxes outside each window. The building to the north is constructed of stone and seems well constructed. Specifically, it's constructed around this large rock here.
Okay.
Ash, Svetlana, and Elijah, you hear just at the edge of your hearing, there is a slight crackle of a fire, and you can see the flickering of the light dancing in the distance,
That's weird.
closer to the shore of the lake.
Okay,
No
not
one's
coming
supposed
from
to
the
be
forge.
here.
Yeah, if they've been gone for about a week, seems a bit weird that there's suddenly a fire.
Oh, don't run off.
Want to have a look at this rock?
Okay, you
Okay,
can
so-
look at the rock, but take Elijah with you. He likes rocks.
As you move towards the building here, you see that, in fact, Elijah, you would note readily that this is an interesting construction. They've clearly found this boulder that was way too heavy to move, and have instead used it as the corner pinning for the roof structure over here. You imagine that this is probably the most stable point of the house. It is so incredibly heavy that it allows it to basically be unconcerned with any amount of weight bared upon it, leading to a very comfortable shelter to this outdoor forge area.
Beautiful. We can remodel this. We could flip this home. Now there's no occupants. We could make a big
Yeah.
profit. We could turn that forge into a pizza oven.
Is this forge hot?
It is not hot. In fact, as you look around here, this stuff looks like it's been recently disturbed. Things seem in disarray and not how you would expect it to be. Would you care to roll me another perception check up there? Only the people around the forge.
Fuck me. Svetlana, you got this. Oh, easy.
Yes.
So, do you hear
Ah.
what sounds like movement inside the building next to you? You're not sure what that movement is. Actually, with a 24, you would have some awareness. It sounds like there are multiple creatures doing some kind of work or something within the building.
So, should we check it out? Or should we creep up?
Oh, you're hearing something? I can't hear a thing.
So, Svetlana, as you move there, you would become aware of someone working on something over here next to a fire. It seems that the person on the right here is tending to a pig. The person on the left here is working on something on the table.
Are they aware of me?
Upon moving forwards, this entity will glance towards you and then declare very loudly, Hey, what's this we've got here then?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just a lonely, lost lady looking for my friends. You wouldn't happen to have seen anybody, would you?
You look awfully heavily armed for someone that's just looking for their friends.
Well, one does have to look heavily armed when traveling alone, right?
I'm going to permit you some movement, but I want to be clear, like, if you start moving too quickly, it's going to assume to be hostile right now.
Alright,
So be careful about how much movement you're making.
I have actively just lied to him about me being on my own as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to assume position right here.
They are going to continue to approach, though.
I'm going to try and draw their attention to me alone.
Oh my god, Dupu's just raided in.
Perfect timing.
Dupu!
Hello, Boom.
Yeah, I guess I would yell at them and be like, hey, not so close.
As this happens, a door will open, a window will open to the south, and this gentleman will poke his head through, seeing upon you, and a door will open. A window will open to the north, and then the person over here will say, "I think you guys better stop moving around and tell me what you're actually here for, before my friends get quite upset at what you're doing."
Why would your friends need to be upset? I'm only visiting friends.
I don't think you have any friends down here. They'll take a step forwards, along with the guy next to them, and then say, you look awfully familiar to me.
I am going to pull out my mace. I am going to shove this guy, shove everything that he stands for. I'm pulling out my mace. You, sir, can do a right one, or what have you. Whatever on earth is the most offensive word to you is what I am saying to your face right now.
Okay. So, like, as you whip this mace out, he will just say, "Get him, boys! Leave the girl alive!"
Big sigh. Big I'm too old for this shit sigh.
Good.
Let's go.
All right. So, whatever
I'm ready for
position
this.
you are in is where we're starting at.
Yeah, I need to roll initiative.
Yes,
That
please,
is how
please
that
do.
works. When you threaten to beat up the guys, we do typically then roll initiative.
And so we are here with a fight. Let's get started. So, just to give you the lay of the land, you are aware of a number of people in these buildings. You're not sure exactly how many, but there are at least some in these buildings. You also have the miserable mystic, clearly adorned with lighter equipment and some kind of symbology, which says to you that they might have capability of magic. More concerningly, you notice tucked in their waistband is a matchlock pistol, which you know to be quite a vicious tool or implement of violence. For Stream's benefit, Ash is over here under the... There we go. Ash is up here.
Right, going for the miserable mystic immediately and just going to shoot him.
Yes.
Okay, you're just gonna try and just tag this guy in the face.
Just
as
going
hard
to
and
shoot
fast
him.
as
I
possible.
see
Yeah.
he is wearing robes. I know what Elijah can do. I've seen mages in my
Yeah.
life. He's going to eat shit.
Good, fantastic. Okay, a 14 is a hit roll damage. You effectively put an arrow through this guy's thigh. It is a vicious blow, but not enough to stop him.
How will I apply my maneuvers? Do I apply them after successfully confirming the hit before I declare an attack as I apply damage?
So individual maneuvers have a moment when they occur. So,
Yeah.
for example, precision attack is when you make a weapon attack roll. So that would have been Before you make the
That would
dice
be-
roll,
yeah,
you have to
yeah.
declare it. Trip maneuver, however, is when you hit a creature with a weapon attack. So the triggering thing is when a successful attack roll is triggered, then you use the maneuver. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay. So depending. Okay, yeah. Wonderful. In this instance, I don't want to do anything of that kind, and I'm just going to stand right where I'm at right now and end my turn.
You could potentially move here to take cover from potential ranged attacks.
Oh, okay. That might have been a good idea, yeah. I thought I was. Yeah, okay.
I mean, your turn hasn't ended yet.
I have ended my turn manually.
Okay, would you like me to move you then?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
There you go. Okay, so I'll give you like 2 additional AC versus ranged attacks and whatnot. Okay, so the strange fire poker. Your bro here has... Oh, that's... I think that puts him in range. It does not, actually. So they are actually going to use... Actually, because of the situation, they're going to go away from the window. I think that's their objective. They will go away from the window, open the door, go through here, and end their turn. Innocent fire poker, which is the guy next to them, however... He is absolutely in range, so he's not. He's going to step a bit forwards. He's going to get to about here, then sling a javelin at Svetlana. That's 12. I'm assuming that's a miss.
It's a miss.
Good. Useless sacks of shit.
Rolled a 10. It's like
Hey, he's innocent. Don't talk about him like
He's
that.
going to move here, open the door, and then... Oh, yes, they get just in range. Okay, so the
Beautiful.
Cowardly Butcher will charge in with the dual daggers using 2-weapon fighting.
oh, beautiful.
Okay, so that's a miss. And then for their second attack, that is a unnatural 20. 3 damage. You take 3 damage as the Cowardly Butcher attempts to shank you and does so successfully with their bonus attack. Eli, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to. I look at Ash. And I think to myself, Ash was definitely right, and I cast Magic Missile.
Elijah knows what's up.
We're going to target the guy. Same guy that Ash targeted.
Okay.
That guy needs to die.
The Miserable Mystic. So that is...
That's an amazing round of 3s.
Yeah,
very uncomfortably statistically average. Like, technically slightly below average.
Yeah.
Okay, so you send these magic missiles into this guy and he has no defense against them. They charge in and absolutely fucking shred the guy. It is blood and suffering, and this man is in an unpleasant situation. Absolute mess.
Awesome. And then I'm going to also move.
Excellent.
Maybe stand like here.
Wait, are you saying he's alive? Oh boy.
He is alive, yes.
Saw that blood on the ground, so he's obviously bloodied.
Yeah, he is absolutely messed up. You have shredded the guy, but he is still standing.
Yeah, that ends my turn. Sorry. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair.
Vengeful Butcher is going to spend lots of movement to get to here. So that's 10, 20, and then get to here. Which puts him right in range of you.
What
As
up,
they
homie?
crawl out the window to come scramble at you. Having watched you run behind here from their position there. Okay, so, your boy's going to swing his daggers.
Bring it on, brother.
That is a 17 and a 6, which means I believe the first one hits and the second one doesn't.
Let me look at the initiative here real quick. You know what? I'm going to cast Shield.
Okay, you cast Shield.
I opt to not get hit by that.
Okay, you simply don't take damage from it.
Yeah, I
There's this-
simply choose not to. So my AC is 21 until my turn.
Svetlana, you're up.
Which is the dude that said he recognized me?
That's the guy in blue, Vengeful Mystic. That's the guy right here.
Alright, can I cast Guiding Bolt?
Guiding Bolt is a ranged attack and would probably fucking destroy him if you hit him.
Alright.
Alright, so roll your attack.
I would like to give her inspiration.
Okay, you're being given inspiration for this.
Okay.
That means you get advantage for free.
She's focusing down the target that the rest of the team selected.
So I will attack. Advantage.
It's a 14. Let me double check his stats. That is a hit. Roll damage. There is about a 4% chance that you don't kill this guy.
That's a normal hit, is it?
That is a normal hit. You do 16 damage to him, obliterating this person in a pillar of radiant energy.
We choose to deal non-lethal damage?
Fuck off.
I wanted to interrogate him.
He is dead.
The Miserable Mystic is dead. Does that conclude your turn? Do you take any other actions?
That concludes my turn.
Okay. Some stuff happens where you can't readily see it. There is, however, movement in the building to the south for certain. Saren, you're up.
Okay, I move and I hit the cowardly butcher with my weapon.
Excellent. All right, 24 is a hit. 12 Fucking hell. That's a lot of damage.
Is he
You
dead?
cut him in two.
Oh yeah.
No duct tape can save
Like
that.
just instantly. Flex tape won't fix that.
Can I continue moving?
Yeah, so you can, unless there is a specific exception, you can do most of your actions at any point in your action. So for example, you can move, attack, move. You just can't move more than your entire allotment of movement.
Okay.
Okay, so you're standing there.
Yeah, I go there. Nah, that's all. I think I'm strong enough. That's my turn.
Excellent. Ash, it's your turn.
Alright, is my line of sight here fine, or do you need to move out of position, out of cover?
If you remember what I said about movement, you can just
Yeah.
step here, shoot, step back.
Yeah, that's the thing I had in mind. I just wanted to confirm that this is basically me behind cover, so even though I can see him technically, it doesn't make sense to shoot from this position.
Yeah, you can just step out, tag him, step back. It's all good.
Yeah, let's do that. Step out, I wanna shoot this boy.
Okay, 23 hits. 6 damage, solid damage. You have, in fact, pinned an arrow through his gut. He's going to be feeling that one in the morning.
It's in the morning, fine. Alright,
Oh,
I'm
and
going
I
to step
presume you move
back.
back.
Yeah.
Yep. It's now time for the strange fire poker to act, who will open this door, move to here, and throw a sharpened javelin at Svetlana. It's a 7. Never mind. Oh, I missed adding a dude to initiative order, so I'm going to add them now. Good. They are going to be going late, because apparently they're just real slow.
Makes
Okay,
sense.
so the innocent fire poker that Sarian's standing next to, uses other javelins to attempt to impale Sarian to the best of his ability. That is a 14, and that would actually be slightly useful if it weren't for the fact that you have 17 AC, and you bat his ineffectual javelin away like it was nothing. You're good.
I catch the javelin with my mouth like a doll.
Elijah, you're up.
Let me do some. I think I'm gonna go with the spear. It's more fun.
Okay, you're gonna burn some motherfuckers.
Yeah, we're gonna cast the spear and we're gonna put it down like on this door. You feel free to move that into whatever, like if it needs to be in like
No,
a,
it can start on the door, that's absolutely
it
fine.
can be there or whatever. Like I'm cool with whatever we need to do to make it actually work.
So that would hit both of those guys, I think. That's your
Yes.
objective, right? You want to hit both of the
Yeah.
guys?
Yeah.
In that case, I think technically
now.
it'd be one further down, but
Okay.
I get your objective. I understand what you're trying to do.
I'm just gonna place it and be like, there we go. Move it 5 feet, wiggle it around.
Yeah, both of these are going to get to make that DC throw. It's an 18 and a 4, so the second guy will take the damage of it, which is 2d6. Would you like to roll me that? The players should
Sure.
generally be rolling damage. Okay, so the first one takes half of that damage,
Right.
and then the second one will take the full damage. Is that your turn?
I believe that's my turn. Yeah, I think moving would serve me poorly. So
That is probably true.
yeah. I mean, like, if this is the only guy I end up fighting, then great. So I'm cool where I am now.
Okay, it is the Vengeful Butcher's turn, which is the guy right next to you, who is... he's been hurt a bit, so my boy's gonna... Ooh, you know what? He's gonna be real kind of assholey about it. He's gonna step around you to get more cover from other people, to make it more difficult for him to get shot again.
That's really crafty of him.
Then he's gonna try and stab you again.
Bring it on.
Ooh!
Wow. Okay. You can't shield that.
Yeah, can't shield that.
Also, thank God we got that arcane ward. Am I right, guys?
Ah, 8 damage.
Okay.
All right, and he will follow that up with his bonus action to attempt to stab you as well.
Oh my.
Dang.
So he does a total of 12 damage. That's mean. That probably hurts a bit.
Yeah. I mean, my ward is down, so it did 3 damage to me.
Okay, 3 down. Notable considering how much, like...
Yeah. I had 9 temp health to chew through there, so.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of temp health. From what I understand, casting that shield got you that temp health? Or was it the Flaming Sphere? that got you?
No. So I rest cast mage armor every morning, which
okay.
sets the shield, and then in theory, casting shield, counterspell, etc. in combat will recharge the ward in a situation like this.
Okay.
So like the next time I get attacked, I definitely shield because that adds temp health back.
Understandable. Svetlana, you're up.
Okay, I'm actually curious about how far some things are away.
Lag's like, wait, tell me how you min-max the character. The way, like, you know, it's like
No, it's just kind of an
cool.
understanding
No,
of it.
yeah, because like the character's not optimal, but there's still an optimal way to play them.
All
So
right,
it's kind of fun to talk about.
so I'm gonna come to this dude here, and then see if I can cast Sacred Flame
You don't have to stand next to him to cast Sacred Flame.
No. I'm doing this for an entirely different reason.
Okay.
Locking him down.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on to the Vengeful Butcher. Because that way, if this guy in front of me moves, I should get an opportunity attack.
Damn. Svetlana's already doing that. Okay, let him bake situation.
Yeah, and...
I'm digging this.
And here I thought she's going to see red and try to kill everything.
So I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt onto Vengeful Butcher.
Okay, excellent. That's a 13 minor. It hits. It just hits. Vengeful
Shit.
Butcher is exploded in a pillar of radiant energy.
Okay, I think I'll end my turn.
Okay. It is the letter opener who is in this southern hallway. It's just opened up, and they are going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, guess who's getting stabbed a bit today?
Haha!
Ha ha! Let's standard attack 22, secondary attack 5. So you get hit with the standard attack. Do you do anything to ablate that?
No, I don't think I can.
Okay, then you take 2 damage. Also, just gonna double check. I don't have to concern myself about Flaming Sphere because it's only if I end my turn in the Flaming Sphere, I take the damage.
So I'm on 19 health.
Okay, that's the letter opener's action. Vengeful Fire Poker is down here. They are going to take a couple steps forward and then off to the left. They are not ending their turn in the area. They don't have a good line to attack. You will have cover from this javelin attack as it comes in. So you have +2 AC on this.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. It doesn't hit. So the javelin swings wide as he's trying to dodge, stabbing his own dudes in the head. There is a further guy to the north who's going to go down here and get prepared for the next... Oh, no, the door's already open. So he'll go here, and then he'll take the dash action to get to here, trying to move up and keep ready to fight Sarian. Whose turn it is? Sarian, you're up.
Okay, I hit the guy in front of me with the great sword.
That's a hit. It's 12 damage. You put a massive gaping wound in his chest. He is still alive and functional, though.
I have a question, Nix. This is a jammin' pro tip question. Are you aware of smiting? She's a paladin, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Do you
I'm
want
not
to
aware
do?
because I usually like to read things before I start the session that I couldn't today.
Gotcha. So this would be an opportunity to test out one of your newer toys, which is smiting, and that does extra damage when you hit someone. I don't know if that's in your character sheet now, but this would be the moment to use it if you wanted to.
But is the thing that is in the features in active abilities?
Yeah, that's the one. Spend a spell slot. In this case, if you're using a first level spell slot, it's an extra 2d8 damage to this guy. And you can do that after you hit.
Okay.
So like this would, yeah.
And what do I have damage?
So you see how the Divine Smite is in the chat right now? You just click damage and it'll roll a 2d8 and that gets added to the damage you do. As you can see, this is a 12, so it has literally doubled your damage.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
This does
Yeah.
expend one of your spell slots.
Okay.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
So again, sort of out of character. I have never played a paladin, but the meme about paladins is that spell slots are smite slots. That's
Okay.
probably like 80% true in my experience watching paladins, is that like, yes, sometimes they're going to want to cast some of their other spells, especially outside of combat. But especially given that Svetlana is here and she has such a strong overlap with what you do, I think you should feel pretty free that when you want to do extra damage and make sure you kill someone, go ahead and pop one of these.
Okay, perfect. I like
Yeah.
this.
And also, anytime you roll a crit, do it because the numbers you get are fucking monstrous.
Okay. Nice.
It can serve to be disgusting. But anyway, you've killed a man. What is
Yeah, I
your
killed
next
many.
choice?
Now
Yeah, you
I'm
killed
going
this
to
man.
move. I'm going to move here. And I'm going to use... I know Sylvana is very strong, but she's starting to be a little bit surrounded by people. And I don't like that. So I'm going to use as a bonus action Seal of Faith on Sylvana.
Okay, so you trigger Shield of Faith on
Thank you.
Svetlana. That is, I believe, +2 AC. Thank you for pushing it to the chat. Yep, +2 AC for the duration, which is 10 minutes. However, it is concentration. It means if you get hit, you may lose the spell.
Okay.
Okay, is that your turn?
Yes.
Excellent. Ash, you're up.
I want to try to hit this boy. I should be able to hit him from where I stand currently.
Just ignore that dice roll. So who was that targeting?
The Vengeful Fire
Excellent, got
Poker.
it.
Okay, I want to trip him.
Okay, so roll
Yeah.
the damage for me real quick. Because after all, if he's dead, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, true.
Okay, so he will take damage. Oh, Hobashura has said you will said your superiority dies worth of damage.
It is possible.
When?
Okay, so I've checked it out. The maneuver save is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength or dex modifier, whichever is your choice.
In this case, so my proficiency is currently 2, so it's 13. I can do manual roll, right? There's no like quick shortcut for this. Can't click on this.
Extra 1 damage, cool. Good to know.
That's that one, and then I roll.
No, he rolls a strength save, which was 10,
Okay.
which he failed, which means he goes prone.
Okay, good.
So he rolls the save, he failed to save, he's now fallen over. But okay, is that your entire turn?
I'm going to hide.
Okay, good. You hide
Right
it.
here.
Smart play. Strange fire poker. They're close enough that they're just going to go on a swinging tour with Svetlana, try and shank Svetlana. It's a 14. That's a miss, especially versus Shield of Faith. They are then going to... I think you know what? They're going to try and leave.
Opportunity.
You do get an opportunity.
Oh no, they are pussies.
100%.
Yes, so that would have to be with the mace, wouldn't it?
Yes, because you don't have the feat that allows you to do anything else.
All right.
That's a 16 that hits. Roll damage.
Ooh.
3 damage, minimum damage. Nonetheless, you have hit. The strange fire poker has nonetheless started to flee, clearly deciding that discretion is the better part of valor in this case, or just understanding that half of his friends are already dead, and also the leader is dead, and maybe he doesn't want to hang around anymore. Elijah, you no longer have somebody right next to you. Some of the men are already fleeing. Very often, you know in your experience that once somebody flees, generally everyone flees.
Do they all start?
Time to kill them all.
Okay. Guess the way this reads, I would have to basically do this. Guess I tried. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna use my bonus action to move the sphere onto that guy.
I mean, you ram the guy, right?
Yeah, I ram the guy, and then it does the thing again. Basically, he has to make the saving throw.
Okay, no problem. Just gonna find that.
Yeah, we have to scroll
and
for a while.
also, he's prone, which means this is a disadvantage. How the fuck did he manage to get that with a... Okay, so he takes half damage.
Okay, good for him. Well done, man.
You still killed him.
Then
He didn't have
Cool, it
enough
kills
HP
him?
left to survive.
Nice.
Yeah, he's dead.
sick. Okay.
Yeah, you murdered him. As he burns alive, screaming, pinned to the ground by an arrow.
Yeah, everyone be terrified of the wizard now. I'm going to cast Firebolt on the guy who's running away.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
that's a miss.
Man. Darn.
Still managed to kill one person this turn, right?
And then I'll move like over here. Kind of get like back to back with Ash.
Excellent.
Yo, Eli, great job. But we should consider keeping somebody alive here.
Well, you're gonna have to catch him.
I
I
caught
don't really
one.
have. You did?
Well, he was tripped.
And then I killed him.
That was good
Bad.
enough, right? I should have said something. It's my bad. We just non-lethally hit somebody.
I just
again.
non-lethally fire speared him.
Yeah. It's all good. We get somebody.
Okay, Svetlana, you're up.
All right, so this guy that's running away, what's his name again?
That would be the strange fire poker.
I'm going to try and cast Hold Person on him.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nobody's getting
Okay,
away.
push that to chat and let me know what the save is. Okay, that is a wisdom save of 13. Saving throw, normal. Bro is instantly paralyzed. Where is the paralyzed symbol? It might be that one. Nope, that's shocked. They're all so small. They're so tiny.
I have the feeling we should apply more status conditions.
Okay, look, he's shocked. So we're gonna. He's paralyzed. I just can't work out where the paralyzed one is.
And I think I can't do anything else, can I?
You have a bonus action available as to what you can do with that. It's kind of limited by what your toolkit is. But you're probably spent as far as resources go.
Yeah, don't have anything good that I can do with a bonus here, so yeah, I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay, in that case, it is the letter opener's action, and, they're going to try and break your concentration. That's the easiest way to end this spell. So they're going to attack you. That's a 19, which misses because you have the Shield of Faith on. And then they're going to take the second bonus swing, which also... Wait, how much AC have you got? 18? AC.
2?
Oh, I think that hits.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so this could break concentration. Okay, so that's 3 damage. And the concentration check is 8 plus half damage. So roll me a con save real quick.
That would be normal, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yep, unless you have any benefits. You fucking destroy that save. So apart from making sure you take the 3 damage, you're good.
Right, I'll take 3 damage. Oh my gosh, I wish I'd done maths at school.
You can just right-click on it. Like, click on your dude, right-click on it, and then click apply damage, and it just bumps it to your character sheet. No need to do maths. But the letter opener, he tried. He's leaving now.
Oh wait, I got an opportunity.
You can indeed make an attack.
Alright, so I should be able to hit him with the mace, shouldn't I?
Yes, you can make an attempt with the mace.
Normal?
Yep. It's a 17. That is a hit. Roll damage. 8 damage is a hearty, meaty blow as you gore out this guy. He's not quite dead. He's barely hanging in there, holding his guts in as he tries to sprint away, looking like he tried to say something to the paralyzed guy next to him as blood wells up into his mouth, but instead choosing to continue on. Okay, so the inept maintainer, he thinks, you know what, fuck this. I'm not getting gored again. So he's going to start moving this way. Asarian, that means you get an opportunity attack.
Booyah.
Okay, you deliver 11 damage. Now, you have the option to, again, because this is an attack, I believe you have the option to smite on it regardless. I'm not saying you should.
I think it's any attack roll.
Yeah, anytime you hit with an attack, you have an option to smite on it.
Let's go.
Okay. So...
That guy dies.
Fucking hell. You carve the inept maintainer into radiant energy burning away at his flesh. He screams, whimpers, and dies, almost completely bisected. It's now your turn, Sarian.
Big paladin lady, strong.
Okay, I move here. I'm going to use the javelin.
So as part of your action, you draw the javelin from your pack and presumably are about to sling it at this guy. That's a hit. You guys
Terrified.
just roll in huge amounts of damage. You pen this guy in the back of the neck. It bursts out his throat. A brief moment as he brings his hands to his neck as the weight drags him forward, practically pinning him to the ground. His last gurgles bleeding into the mud as the life drains out of him.
I think it's time to tie this guy up, Ash.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not tying anybody up, I'm killing him.
Do we want to
Oh.
What?
do we want to keep this guy alive?
Syrian, we need to kill him.
But you want to
we
kill?
We should question him.
We can finally make you human food.
Wait, don't you want to know what we're doing here? Aren't you interested?
I don't want to kill him. I want to know about what's happening here.
Come
because
on,
everything
Syrian.
seems to be very sus.
Tasty human food.
You can still eat the other ones. Just keep one alive. Come
yeah,
on.
I think we have enough.
Sure.
Also, I finished my turn.
Ash, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to run up right here. Right here. I do want to intimidate this boy, and I'm going to use my inspiration for that.
I would actually say he's paralyzed. Everyone around him is dead. You have advantage on this check.
Okay, thank you. I'll keep my inspiration then. Okay, boy, this is it. The last one standing. You better give up. You're either going out of this dead or buried alive.
Okay, with a 16 and the circumstances of it, and having watched the person right next to him, like, remember, he's paralyzed in position, and he just hears this thunk and bloody gurgle as the guy next to him falls forward and starts bleeding out on the floor. You just hear him murmur, like, as much as he can talk while his body is completely seized. He murmurs, yeah, I surrender, please, surrender, don't kill me, please.
Yeah, I'm done with my turn. I don't know what the others decide, though.
I still want him dead.
Well,
I'm gonna go take Svetlana for a walk.
Nope.
Ash, you handle this.
Unless Ashley's handling it by chopping off his head, I'm not going anywhere.
maybe you take Sarian.
I'm going to take her without saying much, but be like, we will handle this.
No,
I mean-
I require him dead.
We're going to kill him. We
All
just
right.
have to let him think that he's maybe not gonna die. Okay.
Exactly.
We are certain of the fact that he dies after we've talked to him, right?
Oh, yes.
Ash is
Can't let him go.
to kill
We are going to kill this guy.
Yes, we are going to kill
I
him.
have a question.
Ash.
Do we still are following all the, the turns, or we already
Combat
are
order. I was just about to say, I was waiting to work out what was happening with Svetlana.
Yeah.
Because if Svetlana had intended to pursue to kill him regardless, then we would have stayed in combat order, because that might have been relevant. But if Svetlana is willing to not attempt to continue to kill them immediately...
If we're agreeing to killing him after we've finished talking to him, then I will let him live for now. But I do want to kill him.
Okay. In that case, I will end the combat time.
Okay. Because I was about to use command on Sylvan, okay?
So, Ash, just learn what you can, okay?
Yeah.
And then help him on his way. It takes Svetlana like for a walk. Be like, whoa, you need to cool down. Be very theatrical about it. Like, use her as the bad cop. Like, he is totally safe now that she's gone. Totally, man. You're totally fine. We saved you. Yeah, totally. Tell us everything.
So you have about 45 seconds left on hold person before he is no longer paralyzed.
So first things, I want to tie him down while he is still paralyzed.
Okay, so assuming you have some rope, you are able to do that.
I indeed have rope.
Tying him up would actually be kind of difficult because hold person kind of locks them in place. But you could create a situation where they are very restrained, and then once the hold person is released, then you can finish tying them up.
That sounds good. Okay, and I apparently have Syrian with me as well. Perfect. So we have him surrounded. You're safe now. Take Svetlana away from here. She's too enraged. She will kill this guy. She will kill you. You hear that? We are saving you right now.
So he's eventually able to talk and goes, please, look, we didn't kill anyone. Like, there wasn't anybody here. That's all. We just came by to take what was here, you know? Like, they weren't using it.
So you're not the remaining staff of the household?
No, we heard in town that they went missing, and we were just like, well, you know, if there's nothing up there, we'll just take some stuff, you know? Like, it wasn't that bad.
So what do you have to do with the girl then? How do you know her?
He would just kind of look confused and be like, I don't know anything about the girl. You'd have to ask. He glances over at the mystic and then go, oh.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult, so you should probably know something right now if you value your life.
Maybe that he knew, maybe he knew, like, she was, she must have been a friend, right? She must have been a friend that she hasn't seen, like, she hasn't seen for a while. That's gotta be it. Like, the boss, he's been all over the place. It's gotta have been a friend, right? Like, that's it. Like, that's enough. They must have been friends.
The boss?
Look, you can't trust someone. If they know someone in the underground, you can't trust someone like that. Like, you can't trust her, right? Right? She wants to kill me. Only a bad person would want to kill someone. You can't trust her, right?
Are we trusting this guy, Saren? Does he tell the truth?
Okay, I think he seems to be very, very scared to be able to, you know, say anything that is important. But this for, like, I would like to. It was insight to know if he's like.
Yeah, I don't think he's lying.
Or
Yeah, insight to roll.
damn.
You're actually, like, Saren, you're very convinced that this guy is, for certain, telling you, definitely friends, right? They must have been friends at some point. This guy clearly believes that. Absolutely no way around it. Ash, you're 100% certain this guy would tell you anything to avoid death. He probably doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
He's just desperately trying to think up the slightest bit of information to make his life more valuable, because he doesn't want to die.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the point. So let's just kill him.
No, please. Please. We didn't start the fight. You guys did. Please. Please don't kill me.
You want to do the honors?
I don't want to die.
It's not even true.
No, actually, I was trusted with this. I'm taking my rapier and putting a hole in his heart.
Jesus. He's literally begging you for his life as he bleeds out. Please. Please.
Okay, I feel a little bad about
Until
this.
the life finally leaves his eyes.
Lag's trying to make us take emotional damage.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm just trying to present the realities of the situation that you're in.
It is fucking...
Summarily executing someone is fucked up.
It is fucked up, yes.
We did it to placate Summer.
Oh, so he's full on dead now?
Yes.
All right, I am going to run up to Ash and just give him a massive hug.
Oh, I'm going to return a hug. Are you okay?
Yes, thank you so much. Does
So-
Syrian want a hug too?
Group hug!
Maybe.
Oh, it's animal time. Group hug. Where's the old
Okay.
man? Old man is not participating. I'm shocked.
Oh, man, come here.
You know, there's always this cool guy in the group that's like, no, I'm not going to be part of this.
I'll give you a weird hug, even though we're all covered in blood.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hugs!
Yeah, really
Weird
mix up your
blood-covered hug.
juices a bit. Like, get
Yeah.
each other's blood on each other.
Because we all need a group hug after a nice killing session.
Sure.
But okay, you murdered this man. I think that's an accurate summation of what occurred there.
I would
Yep.
say I executed this man.
Execute. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You execute this man. You are now surrounded by corpses and blood and a little bit of fire.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna check that fire out.
The well-aged wood of the building, along with the relative humidity, does mean that the building isn't on fire, but there is some scorching.
It's good enough for us to camp tonight here if we get rid of the bodies. I want to check out the leader's body. See if there's like some letter or something else, some kind of clue.
I'm just gonna stand and notice you checking. I'm gonna backseat the check.
So, as you check through this Miserable Mystics inventory, you don't actually find much. It seems that they were fairly thin on the ground as far as items and inventory go. You do note that there is... You can retrieve their matchlock pistol that was in their band. And despite being obviously a spellcaster, they're not carrying a spell book, which implies that they were some kind of they weren't a wizard. There was some
Some
other
sort
kind
of given,
spellcaster.
not earned type of spellcaster.
Yeah, some filthy fucking, just being handed out this magic for no reason.
I'm going to take the matchlock pistol.
Okay.
Maybe I'll do something with that.
It does also come with a supply of ammunition, just so you're aware.
So I could just go ahead and use it if I wanted to.
Yes. Just to be real clear, unless you're stockpiling huge hordes of ammunition, you do not have enough gunpowder to make a reasonable and terrifying explosion. You would have to explicitly try and acquire that.
Alright. That seems fair. If I were to use that, does it use my dexterity?
It's a ranged weapon, so yes. Specifically, it is a one-handed ranged weapon that has the reloading property, which means that it takes a bonus action to reload each round.
Alright.
So it does a lot of damage, but it's not really functional for multiple attacks. You have heard rumors of ones that are better than this, that maybe don't require that bonus action for reloading, but you've not seen any.
Yeah. Maybe it's time to learn another skill.
Oh, you're fully aware that these things are meant to be very straightforward. They are point and shoot. You feel like, based on your understanding of them, you could probably wield them right now.
Well, yeah, I'm sure I can use it, but I'm hesitant to use them because of what I've learned.
I mean, look, you may as well hold on to it. And,
Yeah, I'm thinking about
Someone gets too close for comfort. That hurts a lot more than an arrow.
It is also a lot smaller than a longbow. Much easier to stow and hide if you need to.
And being single-handed is a pretty good advantage for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm shocked to not find any information on this guy.
It seems that they were deliberately traveling light with only some various mystic accoutrements with them. No real identifying documents, most likely due to a deliberate decision to avoid being identified and picked up.
Yeah, no amateur mistakes with these guys, even though they seem like some basic fucks.
To be fair, their strategy here wasn't a terrible one. They heard rumors of an abandoned property and said, hey, we're going to loot that place and then get out before anyone comes to investigate. They just weren't quick enough, and Svetlana did start a fight before they could make a deal.
Let's go check out the place.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find something valuable. I mean, pick up a clue as to where these people have gone.
I think before I go in to check the place out, I'm going to see if I can check the leader's face to see if it's somebody that I would recognize. Not that I actually expect that I do recognize him.
The guy did say he might be friends with you.
Roll me an intelligence check. This is a memory test, effectively. A 13 is... You look over him and you're kind of careful, and you think this is someone that may have had dealings with people you know. I'm being subtle here, right? When you were younger, but not for at least a little while. You can't place a name to it. You're just like, it looks kind of familiar. You saw a lot of people come and go, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're definitely not distinctly familiar. You can't be like, oh yeah, this is a time and place. It's just a vague sense of slight familiarity.
Yeah. In that case, I think I will just try and see if I can loot anybody's bodies before we head into the house. Has anybody got any valuables?
So as you investigate the corpses, you find that they seemed to have been empty as far as like real valuables go. There's the occasional like a silver knife or something that's been stowed away and taken from drawers and hidden. But the fact that they haven't got any valuables on them suggests that they were taking those valuables somewhere else, possibly to be stored and divided after such a time.
It's kind of my idea that if they'd got valuables on them, they would have already robbed the house. So if they don't have anything that valuable, then there was nothing that valuable inside the house. But maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, that's certainly a possible interpretation of them not having too much valuable on them. However, they seemed kind of organized and like they'd settled in for a bit, so...
I suppose, yeah, they could have left some things down.
After all, there is... they are cooking a pig on the beachfront over here.
Ooh! Dinner.
So there's definitely the opportunity for maybe they were organizing something over here. This does seem to be where the leader was hanging out. Oh god, someone's using the measuring tool.
Yeah, it's me. I can't see the bottom of the screen.
Well, I mean, there is a screen here, presumably to avoid the wind coming in. Because this is fairly open terrain, so wind can get quite whippy around here.
Alright.
Can I talk to Ellie?
I mean, he's right there. He can't stop you.
Yeah, I mean, but just in case, as if I don't want to interrupt anything.
Yeah, go for it.
I want to ask you first, like, if we are far away enough, if that they cannot hear us.
You can wait long enough so they can't easily hear you.
Okay.
What's going on?
Don't you think like something strange is happening in this place? Like Stefana never had that kind of behavior before, and so it wasn't like rage. It was more like impulsive. I don't really know. It was very soaked in this.
It was very weird. I agree.
Yeah.
I think everyone's got secrets, and I just kind of assume that when people act really weird, it's because of those secrets that I don't know.
Do you think we should ask her?
I think it's okay to ask her, but it's also okay if she doesn't want to tell you. But you're friends, so it should be okay to ask.
Okay. I'm just worried that maybe most dangerous situation is going to happen because we don't know.
Maybe, but if we worry all the time, then we just create a dangerous situation, right?
Mm-hmm. So point.
So that was weird. I agree, but I think all of you guys are weird.
Damn.
It's a fair response.
Yeah, I suppose when the woman that wants to eat human says, don't you think her behavior is a bit weird?
Yeah, exactly. It's like you want to eat humans, which obviously scares me, a human, but we're figuring that out.
If it makes you feel better, I don't want to eat human. I want to eat everything.
I understand. I do understand. It's scary. I understand. But you see, like, everyone's weird here. That's all I'm saying. But you should ask.
Okay.
Hey, Saren, here's some meat. You want to check this out? I hear you were a chef once.
Yes.
Meat of what?
Pig. It smells delicious.
I don't know how good it is already.
Okay.
It's,
So yeah,
it's glowing. I don't know if glowing is the correct amount of time to spend over the fire, I guess.
You guys leave me?
Where have you
What?
gone?
What happened?
Eli, we found meat.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Look at them, they were
Come
being
and
nice.
look at the tasty beef.
Is it cooked enough,
Cook.
or is just
I mean, it's cooking right now.
I'm very curious about Beach.
You might know if it's done.
I don't. Yeah, she's the chef.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, so. I didn't want to leave the meat alone here and get it burned up.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a shame to put those brigands' hard work, to waste.
It was so considerate.
So we have free food, a free place to stay tonight.
No such thing as a free lunch. That guy cut me.
Okay, true.
Free.
You were hurt.
He took his pound of flesh.
Are you hurt?
Okay, next time throw a coin to him.
I'll be fine.
Are you sure? I can
Yeah.
heal you if you're
No,
alright.
this is like literally if I sit down for an hour, I get it all back. Like we're fine. This is 3
Alright.
HP.
I'm kind of the one that nearly lost most of my health.
As you navigate to this area, you note there's a chest by the fire as well.
Oh my, there is.
Is it?
I'm going to sit on it. No,
yeah,
I'm not.
it's right here.
Oh,
right
we'll
here.
open the chest.
Well, you can just open that.
Yeah. All right, what's in it?
Is that a wedding dress?
In the chest, you find a wedding dress, some fishing tackle, 2 potions of healing, a sardonyx, which is it's onyx impacted with another mineral, and 75 gold pieces, along with some other miscellaneous, not particularly valuable stuff.
I look at the stuff in the chest, and I try to grab the sardonyx, but can't bring myself to do it and step away from the chest.
Oh, I could. Probably not the person to take the healing potion, because I already have loads of healing spells.
No one can hit me. I don't need the healing potion.
I think giving the healing potion to Nyx is a good not Nyx, to Sarian is a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Because I think there's a strong chance that I'll run up to you unconscious on the ground and really want there to be a healing potion on your body for me to take out and shove in your mouth. I think it's most likely to happen to you.
Okay. And the rest of things?
I'll take the fishing tackle because
Yeah. Give the shiny thing to the crow over there. And...
I'll allow everybody else to take the gem, because I know that Ash has been talking about getting an apprenticeship with a gem person.
I'm very
Just
interested in the
give it to
gemstone if you can take the other disgusting thing out of that chest.
What's the problem in there?
You don't see it. There's a wedding dress in there.
Oh, I will take the wedding dress.
Just get that thing out of my sight. It irritates me.
Notably, it's a cloth of gold wedding dress, which means that it has gold thread, like actual gold thread, weaved through a large amount of the fabric.
All right, there we go. I will take that wedding dress.
Sell that.
I am going to sell that because I am
Thank you.
poor.
Well, everybody starts with 1 gold.
You don't like wedding dresses, Ash?
I can't stand them, no.
The chest is also drunk for some reason. Don't ask me why.
What's the chest? Drunk?
It's got the drunk prefix for some reason.
Oh,
But okay, there's pork on the beach. There's some houses you could investigate.
Yes.
Or a boat you could investigate.
I would like to check inside the house if I find an entrance.
Well, you know where there's at least one entrance.
I know where one entrance is, but there's probably multiple ones, and I'm going to be very
Eli
careful.
was investigating the boat while you find out where you want to enter over there.
Yeah. Done.
Okay, so you head over to the boat and you investigate. Roll me a perception check to get the initial glance of the situation.
Here we go, chat. Perception, Wild West. Nice!
16. Okay, so you see before you a boat. It is in fairly decent condition. You think this particular boat has mostly been sitting here, just because of the way the rope has kind of worn into the wood a little bit. You think it's kind of been sat here and got a little bit gunky and mossy, not mossy, but like that little bit of algae buildup when
Right.
something hasn't been moved near the water for a little bit. You notice there's a missing mooring here. Like it looks like there should be one here, but it's not.
Okay. That is interesting. Am I on the lake or am I on a river?
This is the lake.
Okay, so it's all coming just up directly.
But what another thing that you get with that perception check, as you're kind of examining around, you notice it's kind of hard to make out, but you think there's a small island in the middle of the lake.
Awesome. I don't know when the bird's coming back, but presumably the bird would confirm that.
Yes, I apologize. Your bird would have
Good.
probably arrived back if
We had a whole
the
fight
thing.
and stuff.
there was a whole
so,
fight. Some shit
yeah.
happened. But the bird would fly over there, and it would say that it sees an island, and that on the island is some structures, and that it is dark there. It would also say that some of the land is dead,
Okay.
and that some of the water seems dead as well.
Don't like those birds. Did the bird find anything else?
From its examination, it's not,
Not there, but
yeah,
on
it's not trying to take any
original
risks.
journey, yeah.
It hasn't been able to perceive anything more than that at this juncture.
Okay, there's no other buildings or anything that we would want to investigate. So that's kind of it. All right, cool.
so-
I guess what I would relay to the team is that the only thing of interest other than this location is that spot in the middle.
Yeah, I could do with taking a rest because I have been quite injured after that last battle.
And
Yeah,
you will spend
I
a
mean-
whole bunch of spells as well.
Yeah.
We should
should
We
investigate.
should explore the area and then figure out where we want to sleep tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's plenty of space inside the house, I think.
Yeah, but we
let's
should
find out what Team
probably all
Two's doing.
sleep.
D&D Voyeur is just breaking. Could I ask Eli and Svetlana if you could just group up so the thing
Yep.
stops breaking
Done.
as hard?
How can I open this?
You can click on it if it's not open.
Yeah, so you should be able to open all these doors yourself.
Can we have some storage in here?
You do have some storage.
But I cannot go inside.
You might have to
Oh.
move at an angle
Okay.
to cross the centrally aligned doors.
Breathing bubble.
So Elijah, you have indeed acquired a breathing bubble. It seems to be...
Shh.
Hmm?
No, go ahead.
I mean, you did... Look,
I was
the
joking.
rest of the party doesn't know, but I know. These are relatively common magical items that allow breathing underwater for relatively long periods of time. In this case, an hour.
Okay.
It has to be held in the mouth, though, and does prevent you from being able to talk while it's in your mouth. So as you're wandering around this house, you notice it's a house which was left alone for a while and then ravaged, essentially. It has been... all the drawers have been opened and checked upon and so on and so forth. It is a fairly relatively simple abode with a separation for a master bed and then 2 children's beds.
Very sad.
And then the section to the north, as Eli is now walking into, appears to have been set up as more of a permanent building for smithery and tool work and similar. And it also has 2 relatively large beds on either corner of the room. And again, this is a state of having been worked through and investigated, but not... but otherwise having been untouched for a period of time. So much so that you notice there was old rotten food just left in a bowl, for example.
Yeah. Gross.
So it would presume that you would have... that these people would have left in some kind of hurry, the fact that the food was just hanging out there.
There's a crossbow and a short bow in the chest in there. But otherwise, I didn't find anything of particular note.
There's a old journal in this chest here. I wanted to ask Svetlana to read it for me, but she ran away.
I will come back.
And as Saren pointed out, there are some letters. Maybe?
Yeah, I saw the
Or
letters.
are they just decorational?
I will take the journal.
Excellent. It should now be in inventory, and you're welcome to read that should you wish to. I will, however, work with Sarian on the letters first. So, Sarian, you take a quick flick through the letters, and what you see of these letters is they seem to be mostly with regards to trading and prices and similar. There doesn't seem to be much substantive. They seem predominantly business transactions. You imagine these would have been collected in town and brought home, and that this area is the closest thing to an administrative area of the house as it gets.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so nothing important.
No. Svetlana, you should have access to the text in the journal.
Yes. Do you want me to read it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so there are many years of entries here, some relating to occasional births, important titles, but the most recent ones seem strange. Calm waters this week, mending nets, hurling silver-scaled perch, traded salted fish at the monastery. Calm waters, Mr. Day's fishing on the roof, the boy bartered in the town for herbs. Windy weather, missed many days of fishing, worked on clothes and spent time with my wife. The weather cleared, fishing went well this week. The boy said he saw somebody hiding at the shore, but I didn't see anyone. The monks missed collecting their fish this week. No lights on the island. If there's no word in a week, I'll send the boy to investigate. There are no more entries.
So they're clearly
Well-
connected to the monastery and the monks.
Yeah, that
There's-
that kind of confirms the monastery as that building.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely existing. Strange. He probably sent the boy to investigate and the boy didn't return, so they all left? Or they were forced to leave?
It seems more like something was on that island for...
The monks disappeared first.
Yeah, the monks disappeared.
Well, whatever disappeared the monks probably disappeared them.
And it seems to have killed everything. We could find out what it is by traveling over there, but I've never sailed.
Oh, we're going. It'll be fun.
Okay.
I probably sailed in my life before.
I mean, also, it's not that far, and there is a rowboat. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't a sailing boat.
perfect.
This isn't a
Yeah,
windy
row.
sailing situation. This is a rowing
I can row.
situation. So you have a fairly intuitive knowledge of, like, you can operate this in its basic capacity. But okay, where do we go from here? You guys are kind of dinged up, and you've spent a lot of your spells. Are you going to be sleeping here overnight, then? Because at this point, it's now trending towards the evening. It's not quite evening, but unless you want to arrive at the island in the dark, you're probably going to be resting till morning to arrive in the day.
I think that seems reasonable to just rest here. Eat the pork.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Just wizard things. Blew all my shit in one encounter. Got to take a rest. Feels good, man.
Yeah, no, it's the wizard lifestyle, the idealized
The
peak
ideal
performance.
lifestyle, yeah.
I should play around that and use everything I got as well.
No, it's horrible. You
Yeah.
shouldn't. That's not how D&D normally goes.
It's a very bad decision 90% of the time because it means that you're good for one fight, normally the easiest fight in a sequence of fights, and then you get your ass handed to you the next fight.
And the one after that.
But okay, so you take your long rest, making use of the facilities here as required, and the morning rolls around, birds chirp in. Eli, your bird, does some simple patrols of the nearby area in between naps, I presume.
Yeah.
And it seems relatively calm, but you do notice, your bird notices, sorry, that there's a distinct lack of, like, vital wildlife. You would expect this kind of area to have, like, a lot of just general wildlife, birds and whatnot.
Right.
And while they are there, it definitely seems diminished in character.
Okay. Scared.
Scared, upset, uncomfortable, certainly something like that. It's not quite right. You're not seeing a huge amount of corpses or anything, though, so you're not, like, thinking, oh, there's been a whole wipeout, but...
Seen a lot of corpses out here.
Oh, yeah, like, I mean, animal corpses.
We should probably pile these up and, like, burn them or something.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that. Let's remove the bodies.
Before we take off.
Okay, so you gather the corpses together and burn them in a pile.
That's a nice pile.
Yeah.
So,
You killed 9 people. Okay, so we have an option here. I don't know how you guys are feeling on energy levels. We can go for about another hour, or we could stop here.
stopping. Honest. I'm really
Yeah, I
tired.
yeah,
think
same.
this is
That's
a good point in the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
As
think
well.
I
it's
was
a
gonna
good
say.
point to stop. I'm a little bit brain melt.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling that Jammin has not been the highest energy so far this stream.
I'm so tired. Sorry.
It's okay. I understand. You've done really well for how you
Right.
seem completely fucking exhausted.
My son is teething.
Oh.
Which is like a thing that happens all the time, basically, with small children. But the past like 4 days, he's been getting molars in, and it's very sad. It makes me feel very sad for him. But yeah, I can't sleep.
I understand. There's been no sleep. I get it.
But I had fun.
I'm glad you had fun.
Thank you.
We managed to get into a combat encounter. We managed to do some stuff. Did some good stuff. I think everything went pretty well.
Today was good. We took our first really productive step down the path to training the dog. Same thing for like detect magic. We discovered smiting and the glory of smiting. Today was a good day.
It was very good. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be rating out to Papa J-Dub. We like Papa J-Dub. He's good people, Canadian actor, but I think we're all squared away here, so I think it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.